All right, guys, welcome back to Fan Therapy. I know I'm way late on this one, but we got the Super Bowl done. Very excited, I cannot lie. I got a lot of the rah-rahs and yippies out of the way, but definitely have some things I definitely want to discuss during this video. Excited to chat about a little bit about the game. Not going to harp too much on that, but definitely coming out this video a little later, but it gave me an opportunity to just really listen, peek into the aftermath, and just sit back and just take an ear to what these commentators are saying. Honestly, I kind of saw this as our opportunity to finally get our flowers. Our players would kind of get the titles and accolades they've been kind of just playing for and deserving. So specifically, Jalen. But yeah, we'll get into kind of how the media commentators are taking it. Talk about some of the players specifically, but first things first, how do I feel about that game? That game was one amazing. We put it on them crazy. I honestly, I had two honestly outcomes in my head. It would be a nail biter. We get screwed over in the end, or we just absolutely put it on. But I was too scared. I was way too scared to come out and openly say that second one. I think honestly, I think a lot of fans we really believed in this team. I don't think that was just thinking of my own. I think everybody was just really confident in the players' abilities that we have. That on the roster, from Saquon to our line to Jalen to AJ to Smitty. I think we just really, our defense, don't get me wrong, our defense is the mainstay of that game, really just getting to the quarterback at will. Just those offensive line were turnstiles, really making Tooney look like a guard. It was everything at once just happened poorly for the Chiefs, and it was amazing. And it wasn't no. I'm gonna save that a little bit. We're gonna start off with the game specifically. Gotta save getting. Yeah, a little angry about how the commentator. We'll go right into that actually. Let's start there. So, game goes. Eagles win. Belt to whatever. Call it what you want. It was crazy good game for us. Really just stopping everything they had on offense. Like I know I'm repeating myself over and over, but it's just so much fun just to see us get in the backfield constantly over and over again. Jalen Carter just manhandling everybody in his way. Our edges really just crashing in. Jalix really showing out. Milton really showing out. It was just incredible. Cooper taking one to that crib. It was incredible just seeing just our talent just on full display on the highest stage of really just sport, really. Don't see that too often. Definitely can't take it for granted. Amazing way, just stifling a high powered, intelligent offense. Everybody's gonna call them that they were weak or whatever. Everybody's gonna make their excuses now for them. That is a great offense that had a really good season, and we really just put it on them, really shut them down. Everybody was talking about what Spagnuolo's gonna do, how he's gonna confuse Hurts, how he's gonna stop the run, how he's gonna really maintain the defense. I think, yeah, they did a decent job stopping the run, but really just Saquon just being out on the field just really proved to be an issue. I'm bouncing from topic to topic. I really don't care. Yeah, Saquon just being out there just showed play actions. His blocking was incredible. Like he obviously his rushing stats weren't what we thought it would be. Maybe some of you guys expected. Honestly, I expected to be like a little like underwhelming. I think that might have been more underwhelming than some fans might have expected, but really just his impact on the game as a whole is absolutely crazy. Every linebacker's eyes have to be on him the entire time. So when we set up correctly for play actions, it was gorgeous seeing some of the ways that we were able to just benefit off Saquon being out there. Jalen Hurts just really, he only had one mistake, which honestly proved to be a turnover, which obviously is a scary sight at that time of point of the game. But really, that was the one mistake he really made. Just all this talk about the Spagnuolo just confusing him with these false blitzes and these different sneaky coverages when these showing linebackers blitzing when they're really aspiring. Man, it's just Jalen handled it beautifully, making some gorgeous throws, making gorgeous decisions. It was incredible, and sports commentators still think he sucks, which is great. I hope they could keep saying that all they want. Just keep doing what everybody's doing. Let's just keep it the same. Keep underrating us. This team full of all pros and talent. It's actually incredible, and I'm trying to hold on. I know I said I was going to get into it. Really holding off and getting that conversation with the media, how they really just tried to flip the narrative of it. It's really crazy. But while I'm speaking on Stars, really just happy and excited. The way Jalen played, happy obviously for him getting the Super Bowl after losing it 2 years ago in heartbreaking fashion when he played an incredible game and made a single mistake and it costed us the game in the end. Just seeing that coming to this game and him just really he was the MVP of the game, truly our true MVP. Couldn't have gone a better way. Just extremely excited about that. But one other person I wanted to highlight, I think I'm talking about offensive a lot. Our defense was incredible that game. Jalen Carter is going to be the best player in the league one day. Yeah, great stuff from our defense. They really controlled that game. Took an Andy Reid Andy Reid offense, and the Super Bowl is no joke. That's when they really try to throw the best stuff that they have at us, but you can't do anything when you can control an opposing team's offensive line like that. Those guys were hanging on to Jalen Carter like a cape. It was crazy to see. Honestly, so exciting. Yeah. So defense was amazing. I know I'm highlighting a bunch of offensive players, but mainly just for reasons off the football field. Again, a little late to this Super Bowl celebration party. All the rah-rahs kind of out of the way. Really focusing on post-game. I'm just really happy to have A.J. Brown on this team, and I hope he is an Eagle till he retires, really. In my opinion, that's the ideal superstar. I know, like, you can throw some like diva labels at him. I think there are some things where you can kind of align with that, but it really is just you really just have to misinterpret it, and whether you're doing it purposely so or by accident, it doesn't work. It's just not gonna stick when it comes to him. I think he, like I said, the ideal superstar. In a post after the game, he said he enjoys, grateful for this, but like he wasn't necessarily satisfied. I think that is an insane mindset to have that I think obviously very few people have because there's very few AJ Browns. And I think it's really something we just gotta treasure. I think in our mind, we have Saquon, like we have the best running. When you have a player of the quality of an AJ Brown, of a Saquon Barkley, like top three, like in your mind, that is the best player at the position in the league, and you need to treat him as so. And AJ Brown is that caliber of player where if he's in your locker room, that's the best wide receiver in the league to you, and treat him as so. And I think he really generally makes it easy. Like he was reading a book on the sideline. I think the media were really just ready to throw anything they could at us at that point in season. So, I mean, that stuck a bit. Complaints about I think in-game frustrations, I think that's just common. When you look at the mindset that, like, people need to have to, like, be at the caliber of A.J. Brown, you really can't be happy, like, when you're not putting up superstar level numbers. I think there's a reason he got to the ability that he has. Many other players on the same boat. Some players lower level, put in an amazing amount of sacrifice to get to where they're at. He's amongst an elite category, separating himself from many. So he's done so times infinity, which I think leads to these frustrations. When you're as good as A.J. Brown, you sacrifice so much to become as good as you are. And when things aren't going that way, you're frustrated because at the end of the day, like, especially in the game of football, that the clock can be fast, the clock is inconsistent, you don't know. So you got to take advantage of every second you're out there. You need to take advantage to show how great you are. I don't know. I actually haven't really thought about that much how, like, legacy driven he really puts off, but I think really, if anything, this year has just showed that he he's a superstar that can really put things behind him to really care about a team. I think maybe next year we might have to forcibly look his way a little more than this year. Whatever. We'll talk about that later. But AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, we just have these star caliber receivers, and they've just blocked their butts off, done everything, running just go routes hard as hell just to get out of the way, pull a corner out of the picture. They really just work their tails off for this team. And AJ Brown is the perfect superstar you could want on a team. He has a stand. I think honestly this team really represents what I was asking for in the beginning of the year. I think it does start with Nick Sirianni. Damn, I'm gonna have to talk about him a bit. But yeah, kudos to Nick. I think it really shows that we have a standard. We set to it, live it. That starts with Nick, but AJ Brown is a superstar that really just exemplifies it. Like, if that standard's not reached, there is no reason to be happy. Like, yeah, we're going to be frustrated. Obviously, you have to work through that as an adult, but frustration is frustration. Things are going to happen. You're going to feel what you're going to feel. It's just about how you respond. And we all responded. The Birds responded amazingly to all just different types of just stuff thrown at them through the year. Just crazy that Cam and Landon made it through this last game. Props to them. Obviously, a bunch of probably everybody playing hurt, but those were like some of the big just keys. Fighters just getting out there, getting through. Yeah, honestly didn't even have this on my notes, but Nick just wow. I had my doubts. I would say the general Eagles fan population doubted him a bit more, but I think he really just closed the mouths of everybody. He is that guy when it comes to the coaching spot. He is a winner. Yeah, and he's proven just that. He's the guy for the job. We're going into another situation. Actually, got a new offensive coordinator coming in this year, so we've seen him deal with that situation before. Just really happy to have a coach like Nick leading a team like this. I think, yeah, coaching a team with this many superstars can go just as wrong as it can go good, as we've seen. And I think, yeah, Nick really just showed that he's more than capable. I think the doubts were absolutely unfair, but he's proven himself with this Super Bowl. I think has an insane coaching record for a professional coach in any sport, let alone football. Yeah, just incredible. And then to my next point, and this is when I kind of start talking about the media aftermath. I say aftermath like it was like a controversial situation. It was controversial because there were just a lot of people just being stupid and like trying to downplay this as the Chiefs falling off. The Chiefs have Super Bowl fatigue. It's honestly just disgusting. Like, we smacked them up. That's what happened. They got hit in the mouth. Like that's all that happened. They got hit in the mouth and couldn't respond. And I think that was that. Like, all these excuses, like the Chiefs are used to being, they've played the longest amount of seasons. Like, of course, like last year we fell off, but we've been rather right there. And the game's the game. Dealt the cards you're dealt. Gotta play. Gotta go out there and win it. That's what we were told when we got the win taken away from us on the last second flag. Gotta play the game the way it is. So we went out, played that game, and put 40 on their heads. Love it. Yeah, media is flipping this into every way. They can talk about not giving the Eagles their props, but I really like to put. I thought honestly I would be able to put the words to it, but it just is just asinine. Like, it doesn't make sense, and I don't get the reasoning for it. Like, I think it's cool that a great team that was about to three-peat got halted in their place by a buzzsaw of a team led by a quarterback that everybody doubted, led by the greatest star in the league that was getting buried on a crappy team. Helped by star receivers, an amazing defense led by young stars. My goodness, two rookie cornerbacks, one making a pick six in the biggest game on his birthday. It's like, wow, this, like, there's just so many other storylines that we can draw and make a cool lower third of it that, like, makes for a good show that we can yell at each other. Like, it's crazy the way that they try to take this. And last but surely not least, how they're trying to do my boy Jalen Hurts. I think ability, I don't think he is the best quarterback in the league ability wise. But I just think you gotta look at this conversation at, like, what do you value when you watch your team play a football game? I truly I think within 3 years ago I can say I've truly, like, solely, I gotta give myself more credit. Like 10 years, I've truly, 5 to 7 final number, solely valued, like, and understood, like, winning and, like, what that, like, looks like. And I think it's not always the coolest stat getter. I mean, Tom Brady had his years where he put up stats, but he just wasn't that flashy guy. I think kind of Patrick Mahomes kind of changed that narrative. He was a flashy winner. And what we see in this pool of quarterbacks that you call a top 5 is, I think everybody's flashy in their own way, and I think there's some that win and then the others that just lose when it counts. I think that's the way you gotta look at it. I think when you're extrapolating talent, sure, but then their ability to apply it to a game, I think just, yeah, with Jalen, like, if you value your team protecting the football, making excellent decisions no matter how high your team is up, how low your team is down, just calmness and the ability to stay calm. We've seen this season through season. Just, I think the narratives thrown at him, he's still there. I think we've seen similar narratives thrown at the Josh Allen and the Lamar Jackson of the world, but they've fallen over the last hurdle. They'll create hurdles out of each other. They're just having it getting done, and they still just get way more respect than Jalen. I honestly get the arguments about them being, like, more talented, and those arguments mean less and less to me the older I get, and, like, just the true application of talent to the game. I think Jalen just displayed what that looks like in terms of greatness in that Super Bowl, and it's not getting talked enough nearly as much as it should. I can't lie, I kind of hope that trend really just, it can't really continue, because Hurts shown that's not what motivates him. I think Nick has built a culture that just has proven to be motivated by a standard, just a standard, and that standard is winning. And I think that, yeah, that's all just shown in this year, and that's why it was an exciting year. I'm very happy. Can't honestly, like, it truly has set in. It's been enough time to set in, but it's just, yeah, really cool. Seen 2 of these in my life. Yeah, shout out Jalen, shout out Quan, shout out the Birds, man. It just crazy, unbelievable game. Sorry to Patrick and Travis losing in front of their hero. That's tough. I wouldn't want that to happen to me. That's hard. Yeah, but that's how it goes sometimes. It's really. We put 40 on them. Oh, it's so nice that the president's an honor. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. 40 on them. Oh my god, I gotta see these stats again. I'm literally.